Hi, Gems family. How are you doing? This is Life with Marlene, your Florida blogger. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much, every one of you, for your support. As always, thank you so very much. A happy Sunday to every single one of you, Gems. How was your weekend? I hope your weekend was absolutely amazing. Yeah, unfortunately, we're here on Sunday and we're gearing up for another week ahead. But I wanted to come in and check in on the Gems family and say happy Sunday evening to every single one of you. I'm sure there's many of you who are spending time with your family, probably eating your dinner and all of those things. But I'm not going to stay here too long. But I wanted to come in with a message today on this Sunday that you can't convince people to value you and to see your worth. And you also can't convince people to love you. So, first, we're going to start off by talking about you can't convince people to see your value. Um, it's one of those things that's very unfortunate in this life. You can be a great person, you can be amazing, but people don't understand what they have with a really good friend. People don't know what they have when they have a really good person in a romantic relationship. People don't know what they have when they have a wonderful family member that's supportive, but you can't convince people to see your value if they don't. Hey, Realist, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. You can't convince people to see your value. You can't convince people to find value inside of you. You can't. It's impossible. And I'm saying that for many years, trying to force people to see my value because I see my value. I know that I have value, but a person who doesn't want to see it, doesn't care to see it, or a person who is selfish, controlling, manipulative, we can't force people to see our value if they don't. And it's simple. And hey, Angela, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Sunday. Hi, Miss Patty. How are you? Hey, Sirius. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you all are amazing. Yeah, we can't convince people to see our value. And that's something that took me a really long time trying to wait, trying to be patient with people, giving them some space, some room to grow up, to heal their inner child, to mature. We wait patiently. And yes, we should be patient with other people because we're human and we all make mistakes, but those individuals that have no problem with hurting us, taking advantage of us, and especially the ones that take us for granted. Okay? This is an on time message, so you guys listen in. If somebody doesn't see the value inside of you, stop waiting, thinking that one day soon they'll change. One day they'll value me. One day they'll love me. One day they'll support me. If somebody does not see your value right now, show you appreciation, say thank you, be kind to you, do good for you as well, you got to leave those people alone. And it's simple. It really is. Let's see what Miss Patty says. I'm well, thanks. Awesome, Miss Patty. Welcome in. I really appreciate it. Rilla says, you know what, Marlene? I don't even bother trying to force it with folks. I'm past that. Yes, I understand, Realist. I understand. I'm not there. Well, I can't say I've never been there, but I have been there before. And I had to get to that space in my life where I said, you know what? I'm done trying to convince you to see my potential, to see that I'm worth listening to, that my opinions also are valid and important and not just yours. But somebody who doesn't want to understand us, doesn't care about our opinions, is very selfish, conniving, manipulative, and also we cannot discount there are individuals that we know of that they are not mentally stable. We know them, right? And this is no shots. I'm not making fun of anybody. It's the truth. Not everybody is operating on all cylinders. Not everybody's elevator goes to the top floor. But that's what it is. And we just have to see it for what it is. Realist says some folks will ignore all of that for the sake of validation and just having people around. That's the truth, realist. That's the truth. But we have to see better. And that's why I talk to you guys on a real level. You guys are my gems. I appreciate and I treasure every single one of you. And because we know ourselves, we love ourselves, I don't want to see anybody taken advantage of. I don't want you to be sitting and waiting for a relative, a quote unquote friend, a quote unquote family, but we know that they're just relatives. If somebody can't see your potential and treat you with respect, with dignity, compassion, and understanding, you need to remove yourself from those people. Stop waiting and giving people so many chances to keep hurting you. We must stop that. Don't keep giving people, oh, I forgive you. And they keep saying how sorry they are. But if they're so sorry, then why didn't they change? See, that's just a mode that people use when they say they're sorry just to let you continue to do things for them, to string you along with their words, oh, how much they love you. And it's just love bombing. It's manipulation tactics. And we have to just say it for what it is, everybody. It's a manipulation tactic. And there are many people who are manipulators. That's just what it is. Some people will never come to the space where they will love you the way that you deserve to be loved. And that's okay. Not that it's okay that they treat you that way, but it's okay because we have identified that that's not somebody who deserves a place in my life, an opportunity with my heart, to play mind games and to affect my mental health. We don't deserve that, you know? So that's one thing. Now let's go to the next part of this. Some people don't deserve a space because they don't see our worth. And our worth is there whether or not other people can see it. Your worth is there, gems. My worth is there. And even if a person does not say, oh, they're not worth anything, or I don't think, just because a person is not convinced or see or know of or believing your worth, it still stands. It's still there, right? Um, Realist says fraudulent interactions. Yes. Hey, Nate, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Really appreciate everybody for tapping in. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. But, that's the truth. Many people don't see our personal value, our personal worth, but it still stands, it's still there. And I say this because I want to give you guys a reminder stepping into a new week that you have value, you have worth. So believe that and show that by your actions, how you treat yourself. Even when other people don't act right and treat you right, you still have to treat yourself as a person who has value. And because you have value, you got to show it by your actions. How do you treat yourself? How do you show up for yourself? And also, what do you allow? Do you allow people multiple chances to keep hurting you? Multiple chances for people to disrespect you? Or do you cut them off? See, these are the things that we need to think about as mature adults. It's not just about that we love ourselves, but how do you show up? How do you show yourself? How do you treat yourself? Because people will treat you how you treat yourself. And that's definitely a lesson that every single one of us has to learn. If you're not treating yourself as a person who deserves respect, you're not going to get it. And I put that on everything. If you don't show that you're valuable, how do you talk to yourself? When people do things, they no show on you, they ghost you, they disrespect you, do you keep going back to them? Do you keep letting them use you? Do you keep making excuses for them? I have these conversations because I want you all to start thinking, really thinking, how do I show up? Do I let my relatives, my quote unquote friends, my spouse treat me with disrespect? Do you allow it? See, that's only for you to answer. Only you know the answer to that. And I can say for me, I really didn't think I was, but in a backhanded way, I really was. Because I would say someone would do something to me and I really wouldn't like it, but I wasn't opening up my mouth and saying, I don't like the way you are treating me. I don't I don't like this and this and this. I would just eat it. I would bury it. I would absorb it. And it was getting on my nerves. It gave me headaches, stressed me out, and that is not good for us. When we value ourselves, gems, we treat ourselves as such. And after we've informed people how we are going to be treated, then you need to start making some moves. You need to show in your actions, because I have value, because I am worthy. I'm not going to keep taking your phone calls. I'm not going to keep letting you no show on me or ghost me or whatever for days, weeks, months, and then you want to come back and circle back. We're not people to be put on the shelf and taken down whenever people remember us. That's not how we get treated. No, no, no. Don't allow it. Okay, everybody? Realist says that person or people could care less about you in reality. And that's the truth, realist. A lot of people will talk about how much they care about us, right? I bet you all know somebody in real time in your life right now who talk about how much they care about you. Even they will go as far as to say they love you, but they'll treat you like a rug, just run over you, don't show up, don't ask how you're until they think about you. But it's not a regular basis. They don't ask for you on a regular basis. How are you doing? Are you good? You know? And then that's not somebody who cares about you, because you shouldn't just be a person that when they feel like it, when they think of you at some time, whatever. No, that's not a true friendship. That's not how somebody who really truly loves you, but you got to show up for yourself, okay? Don't let people run over you and use you. It's a reminder for all of us. It's not just for you, Gems, but it's also a reminder for to myself to make sure that I'm staying on targets, okay? Thank you, Sirius. Hi, Misty. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Misty says, Marlene, great topic. Thank you so much. Hey, Edward, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Welcome in everybody. Hi, Leonica. Happy Sunday. Welcome in everybody. If you guys could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. I want to just give this reminder to everybody that, we're not garbage. We're not trash. We are somebody that has value and worth, and we don't deserve to be disrespected. You don't deserve to be disrespected. So don't allow it. Okay? And that's how we're going to operate from here on out. If you have not already, if you haven't been treating yourself with respect, there's no time like the present. See, we can't do anything about the past and how we operated and how we showed up, but today we can control how we show up, how we treat ourselves. So if somebody is not showing up for you, if somebody only talks to you when they want something for you really have to pay attention to how people act and not what they say, because that's where a lot of people get wrapped up and they get caught up in, oh, but they say they love me, but they say they care for me, but right after that there's silence. You could hear a pin drop. You hear nothing from them unless they want something from you, unless they want you to do something for them or listen to their foolishness, their drama and negativity. And we don't need that in our lives, okay? So we have to realize that about ourselves, and because we value ourselves, we have to also have people who show it and also value themselves. Because something that I had to learn many years ago is that if a person doesn't love themselves, they cannot love you. And, that has to be a personal thing. Each one has to love themselves before they can show up with others with love and respect as well. It's a mutual thing. Okay. So that is something that when somebody really loves you, then aren't they going to treat you in a way that is respectful? Yes. If somebody loves themselves, they're going to love you back. They're going to show up for you back. But a person who is selfish, negative, people who have mental illness, people who are just plain disrespectful, they're going to give you the energy as they feel about themselves. Okay? But we can't let that absorb into us. And that is something that for me growing up, I used to always have this notion that you do everything for your quote unquote family. And I had to unlearn that bad thought, because family is not relatives. They're not the same. Your relatives are people who have the same bloodline, but family, it doesn't mean it has to be related by blood. Family are the people who will show up for you in all circumstances, when things are good, bad, and in between, right? They're going to be there for you. They're going to support you. They will encourage you. And it doesn't mean that you have to do the same match for match. They're just going to be there for you. They're just going to love you just because they do. And it gets to be exhausting to be around people who only want to be there for you when they want something. So we have to learn the lessons, change our behavior, and show some respect for ourselves, right? Um, Ever says facts. Sirius says you can purchase a super chat or a super sticker. Look for the $sign at the bottom of your device. Thank you for your continued support. I appreciate you, Sirius. Rilla says they can't even handle the energy they give off to everyone else. It's crazy. Yes, it is, Rilla. It is crazy. This is the people who have that negative energy, that toxic energy, and if you're not careful, you're going to absorb their negative, their attitude, their drama, their complaining spirit. Have you ever been around those people, and when you're around them, they suck the life out of you? They drain you because they're always complaining about their problems, and it's not other people. If they look at themselves in the mirror, they need some to work on themselves. They need to work on their anger issues, their immaturity, those skeletons that they have in their closet that they need to heal. But they won't do that. But don't let those individuals who will not do that inner work stop you from being healed and having peace and joy in your life, because that's what you deserve. And I want to say that to all of my gems who are listening here, or if you're listening in the replay, you deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to be valued. And if you're not, you need to cut off the toxicity. See, those toxic people will always be around. They're going to keep draining. They're just like a leech. They're going to suck onto you and drain and take as much as you allow. See, when we know, say, when you know better, you do better. With knowledge comes power. With power comes empowerment. With empowerment comes elevation, because you make better decisions, wiser decisions. See, because we love ourselves. And when you love yourself, you're going to treat yourself the right way. You're not going to go backwards. No, we're going to stop picking up the no good, the disrespect. Stop picking that up. And don't even answer the ones that have something to say, the ones that judge you. Just leave those people alone, and you keep walking and minding your own business. Yes, realist, relatives and family is two different things. Yes, it is. Just like friends and associates are two different things. Hey, James. Hey, RSJ. How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. I hope you're doing great. Let's see what I missed here. Let's see. Here's a tip. Don't pretend just to have company. Isn't that some real truth? Realist? Don't pretend just to have company, and a lot of people do it. They pretend they come and they smile in your face, and it's all because they want you to do something for them, or they want a friend. They want to be in a relationship with you because of the fringe benefits. People will hang on to you for because of the value that they get from being associated with you, the value they get because of how you take care of them. And I'll tell you, when you have somebody who has high value, you can't just pick up a person who has high value off the street. You're just not going to find a person who is loyal and kind and respectful, patient. You can't just pick up somebody like that. So that's why when people drop the ball and they didn't know how valuable you were, they didn't know how good of a person you were in a relationship. They didn't value because they didn't see it, because they thought you would always be there. See, they got their ego got in the way, right? They thought too much of themselves. Some people, they think, oh, I got them, they're not going anywhere, right? They think wrong. Because when you value yourself, see, a lot of times, let me go back a little bit. Sometimes in the beginning, when you're new in your relationship with yourself and you don't really know about setting boundaries, but when you finally get introduced to that, I have boundaries. Okay, I'm gonna set them. I'm not gonna let you disrespect me, yell at me, no show, ghost me. No, 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 we're not doing that. See, when you learn about boundaries and you start to enforce them, you really are going to find out who really values you. Because a person who values you has no problem if you say, I don't like that, or I don't want to go there. They're not going to argue with you. They're going to say, okay, next time. Okay, I'll see you. Thank you. Have a nice day. But a person who does not value, why? How come you can't go? Why don't you do that? Oh, I know you have the money and this. They always have something to say because they want to convince you, because they want to control you so that they can get what they want from you. I'll tell you, Jem, something. A person who is like that, you got to cut those people off, because those sort of people, you don't have to convince people. You don't have to tell people your personal business. If you don't want to do something, if you don't want to go somewhere, if you don't want to be around somebody, then don't. Then don't. Because the worst thing in this life, that you go somewhere or you're around people and you feel like, why am I even here? They don't even spend time with you. They don't even talk to you. They make you feel like you're just invisible. So let's really make an evaluation of the people that we have in our life, and the ones that feel make us feel good, not just because of the words they say, but because of their actions, that they go out of their way to listen to you. They go out of their way to do right by you, and they show up for you even when you don't ask. See, this is when you know that these are the right people to be in your circle. These are the right people to be on your team. These are the people who are your family. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, Gems. These are your family. The people who you don't have to ask them. These are the people that will help you to stay strong. See, the people who don't value you, they'll drain you. They'll take everything from you. Everything. They'll affect your mental health. They'll take all your money. They'll backstab you. They'll talk about you behind your back. They never show up for you. They complain. They don't they don't see any value. All all that they see is how much they can get from you, how much they can take from you. And as soon as they can get all they can from you, they walk away. Yeah. That's how you can identify them. That those toxic people, those manipulators, they're only around just long enough that they can manipulate you. But then when you empower your mind, when you love yourself, when you start making positive shifts in your life, you improve your life, you believe in yourself, you're confident, you're taking care of yourself, peace becomes your portion. Those people cannot reside in your space any longer, because when you leave behind the toxicity, the drama, the negativity, and you take on, you clothe yourself with empowerment and love and joy, peace. When you clothe yourself with that, you can't have peace with confusion and disruption. It does not equate. The two can't go together. It's the same thing when you love yourself, you can't be around people who don't. Some people will never see that value in you until you see the value in yourself. I'm trying to tell y'all. People will not see the value in you until you see the value in yourself. See, and when you start really taking care of yourself, I'm telling you guys, this is the truth. This is the secret sauce. When you start treating yourself as a queen or as a king, when people see that you treasure yourself, you're taking care of yourself. You're being fit. You're living your life. You're happy. Then they're going to be like, man, I missed out on a great friend. I missed out on a great romantic relationship. And trust me, they're still watching. They're still watching you because they know what they missed out on when you move along. Because they didn't value you, so you have no choice but to cut ties. You have no choice but to block those people out your life. Never let people hold you back from your potential. Never let people hold you back from what belongs to you. And what belongs to us, gems, is peace, joy, using our talents and our gifts. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. People who do not value you don't think you can do anything without them. Can you guys tune into this message? People who do not value you cannot see the value in you because you couldn't use your value with them, because they kept you distracted. They confused you. They put you down. They tried to break your self-esteem. See, but you got to break those ties. You got to break those chains. You got to free yourself from the prisons that they try to lock you in. They try to enslave you and bring you down. They want to see you unhappy. They want to see you broken. See, but you elevate. See, what people don't know is about a person that has been broken can be put together again. And that's what they don't understand. See, they thought because they broke you that you could never be put back together. They thought because you were unhappy, you could never get to happiness. See, because as soon as you leave those toxic people, that toxic energy, that disruption, dysfunction, manipulation, control, when you break out of that mold, when you remove yourself from their prison, their negative mindsets, from their disruption, their irritation, their immaturity, then you can be healed. You can be happy. You can use your gifts because they're not distracting you any longer. Ask me how I know. Woo! Ask me how I know. Because I have been set free. I have been set free. See, sometimes you don't even know you're enslaved in a prison until you walk through it, until you become free, until you leave their presence, until you no longer let them have power over your mind any longer. When you set yourself free from their dysfunction, from their negativity, from their drama, from their low vibration, and you empower yourself, you find out how lost you have been, how unhappy you have been. But today is a new day, and we're going to speak over our life that good is coming into my life, that I have the potential and I have the power. And I'm in control of what I think about myself. And I think good things. And I think things of peace and joy and elevation. Good things are coming to me because I make good choices. I make better choices. I have good behavior. I don't allow other people's bad behavior and toxicity to have hold over me. See, I'm in control of me. See, that's called taking your power back. Are any of you gems out there? Have you ever taken your power back? I'm telling you, it's one of the best things that you can ever do in your life. It's one of the best things that you can ever do in your life when someone has power over you and you take it back and say, you can't control me no more. You will no longer make me unhappy. You will not. You will not. Do not let anybody have power over your life. So if there's anybody out here who is listening today and there's people who have power over you, I want you to say, I'm taking my power back. And I'm taking it back today. So you got to get strong inside of yourself. People who have used you and disrespected you and abused you, and they called you out and they didn't support you and they weren't there for you when you were down and out and you needed a friend, you needed a hug, you needed support. They were nowhere to be found. But today is a new day. And you say, I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave that. And I'm going to leave it behind. And I'm going to step in today. And today is a new day. And I'm going to reset. And I said, today I am powerful. I am empowered. I'm strong. I'm worthy. I'm courageous. And there's nothing that I can't walk through. So yes, while it hurts when people backstab you and use you and abuse you and don't see your value, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt, because it does hurt. It hurts a lot. But we're whole today, gems. We're whole today. I'm whole today. And I'm so grateful that today I can wake up and say, today I can look at myself in the mirror and I can say, I am somebody. I am worthy. I am deserving. And anybody who does not see that in me, I got to leave you alone. I got to leave you alone. I got to leave you behind, because you cannot break me. You cannot break me down, because there's doors that I have to walk through. There's people that I need to reach. There's dreams that need to be fulfilled. But I got to be able to be doing the right thing. I got to be confident. I got to take care of me. I can't let you disrupt my mental health. I can't let what other people say, and they got all these things to say. I know that, gems, because people have said it about me. And I know that people have said things about you. You're nothing and you can't do it. Well, guess what? You may not think I can do it, but guess what? I'm doing it. See, show by your actions, gems. Show by your actions. Don't tell them. Don't try to convince them. You know your worth. So you got to act like it. So I want you to walk out and I want you to hold your head high. I want you to put on your best clothing. Look good. Feel good. Be confident. And go out there and live your best life. I want you to use your gifts. I want you to love yourself in the best way possible. Even if nobody supports you, I want you to support yourself. And I want you to say, gems, I'm my own best friend. See, even if everybody abandons me, backstabs me, don't support me, see, but I support myself. I support me. And I love myself fiercely. And because I do, I'm going to treat myself as such. Don't let other people, because of their lack of support, their lack of seeing you, believing in you, stop you from doing what you're supposed to do. See, this is an on-time message that I know that somebody needs to hear. It hurts when people don't support you, love you, or see you for who you are. See, but they don't see the potential in you. But the question is, but do you? The only one that needs to be convinced is you. And if you're convinced and you look at yourself in the mirror and say, there is nothing that I can't do, you won't stop. Yeah, you'll get discouraged sometimes because we're humans. Yeah, we all get discouraged, but we won't give up and we'll never stop fighting. Okay? I know I saw a comment of some people that I missed here. Hey, love baby, how are you doing? Welcome in. Let me see what I missed here. I think I missed a comment from somebody. Let's see. Ever says amen. Let's see what else I missed. I read that one. Ever says Marlene, good advice. James says I'm doing good. How are you? Rilla says ego, confidence, two different things. Yes. Welcome in, everybody. Let's see. Ever says real talk. Rilla says folks are scared of cutting others off because they don't want to be by themselves. Yes. But what is better, Gems? Is it better to have people in your life that use you, disrespect you, don't support you, or for you to walk that road alone with peace, joy, and positivity? I choose the latter. I rather walk alone the road alone. See, it's a difference between walking a road alone or doing something alone and being lonely. That's two different things because I don't know about y'all, but I'm never alone. I may be alone, but I'm never alone. Trust and believe. I put that on everything. Rilla says, don't value you, but want to be valued. Yes. They want to be valued, they want to be respected, and they want all of your time. No, you better know better. Hi, Southern Belle. How are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Rilla says, don't even attempt to make them see that value either, because they will never see it. The only time I believe that people understand your value is when you leave their life, when they have a moment to stop and think, like, man, it's like having a diamond and letting that diamond go. It's like you just had a diamond. Hmm. But they didn't know they had a diamond until it's gone. hmm Too many other people in the world and even lesser time. Yes. Edward says I had to learn the hard way to let stuff go. And we do, Edward, right? Yeah. Sometimes people don't give us a choice, right? Sirius says, I am enough. Yes, you are serious. Yes, everybody in this chat, you are enough. Rilla says it might hurt at first making the transition, but imagine how much it'll hurt if it keeps happening. Yeah. Sirius says, I'm not pouring into an empty cup. I don't need validation from anyone. I'm good with my own company. Yes, Sirius, you gotta make a foundation for yourself. You got to know how to treat yourself and you have to build on that. And it takes time. Just like it takes time to form other relationships, it also takes time for you to be convinced that I can stand strong and firm just with me. And it doesn't mean I'm alone. It means I have time to ask myself, who am I? What do I want to do? Am I happy? Am I fulfilled? Do I have peace and joy? And I can say for the first time ever in my life, yes, I have peace. I have joy. I love myself and I am so happy. Yes, I am. And I hope you all are too. Yes, and Rilla says, if only more people thought about that. Sarah says, realist, unfortunately, these people seek validation from this application. They do. Some people, they seek validation from social media, a job, you know, being in charge or being able to control and manipulate people in the workspace. Some people only find power in putting people down to elevate themselves. Just some people are just rude. So a lot of people are rude. They don't know how to communicate. You know, they're very disrespectful and they do a lot of wrong things and they feel that you can be put on a shelf until they want to take you off, and it does not work that way. You know, don't let people shelf you. Don't let people ghost you. Do not let people disrespect you and feel that they can come back whenever they get ready, whenever they find time for you. And it does not work that way. If somebody can't make time for you all the time, then you can't come back over here. Go back where you came from, period. Okay? So, this was just a message that I wanted to give. It was a message from my spirit, right straight from my heart. And I wanted to say to everybody going into this new week, let's value ourselves, respect ourselves, and know our worth. You are worthy, deserving, and more than enough. I am Life with Marlene, your life coach, motivational speaker, positive mindset shifter, and Florida vlogger. Make sure you check out my playlist for more positive topics and vlogs and so much more. Is here on this channel. And if you're new here, you're welcome to subscribe and become a part of the GEMS family. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week ahead. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and know that you are more than enough. I want you to say with me, I am worthy, I am deserving, and I am enough. Okay, everybody. I will tune in on the next one, which will most likely be tomorrow. I'm not sure of the time. It may be lunchtime. It may be 2 or 3 o'clock. I'm not sure Eastern time. So I'll see you there or I'll see you on the replay. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye bye, everybody.